Yet another Security Council meeting to discuss the situation in Gaza. The United Nations on Friday pleaded for the conflict to end. It says given the current conditions on the ground, the UN is not in a position to provide the necessary assistance to the people in Gaza, let alone to scale up its operations. The UN says up to 1.9 million people in the Gaza Strip are now internally displaced, and that also includes people that have already been displaced many times.
It is the responsibility of the warring parties to protect humanitarian actors. Duty of care of all humanitarian staff is one of our biggest concerns. Today, the risks inside Gaza are unacceptable.
Over the last few weeks, several UN humanitarian convoys have been caught in the crossfire. On Sunday, a UN truck heading to Gaza City came under heavy fire from Israeli forces, according to the UN, with one vehicle being hit. Friday's Security Council meeting, the third one this month, was requested by Algeria, China and Russia to discuss the humanitarian situation in Gaza. China insisting that humanitarian issues mustn't be politicized and that starvation must not be turned into a weapon of war.
Civilian lives must not be used as a bargaining chip for negotiations, and military offensives cannot create the conditions for the release of hostages. Negotiations mustn't go on indefinitely. There isn't a moment to lose when lives are at stake. And alleviating the humanitarian catastrophe allows no delay. We urge Israel to immediately cease all military operations in Gaza, and we urge the United States to put greater pressure on Israel to help bring about an immediate ceasefire.
It was Algeria's permanent representative that strongly urged Security Council members to take a stand and use its power to bring an end to the suffering of the Palestinian people. Amar Ben-Jami saying the brutal Israeli tactics are nothing short of collective punishment.
The wounds inflicted on Gaza today will scar the world for generations to come. Our children, the future leaders, the future thinkers and citizens of the globe are watching us with eyes wide open.
And while several Security Council members agreed that the humanitarian situation in Gaza needs urgent attention, the United States added that Hamas's actions put civilians and humanitarian personnel at risk, and that the suffering could end if it accepted to implement the ceasefire agreement on the table. Jody Jacobs, CGTN, New York.